Hello, and welcome to Founder Friday, where I sit down with founders who have previously taken part in RevTech Labs FinTech and InsurTech Accelerator program. My name is Ashley Everett. I am the events producer and marketing manager at RevTech Labs. And today I'm sitting down with Raj Singal, the founder of FINBOA, who is an alumni of our Accelerator program. Thank you so much for joining us today, Raj.
Thanks for having me, Ashley.
Of course. So we're just going to start right from the top. Tell me a little bit about FINBOA.
Sure. So FINBOA is a process automation platform for banks and credit unions. And what we do is really just target the compliance and regulatory requirements within a financial institution. So if you ask any CEO of any small community bank what keeps them up at night, pretty much they'll say, not making the headlines in a negative way, as well as maybe some staffing issues where it's tough to move people around from position 1 to position 2 because of all the different regulations around the work that they do. So what FINBOA does is really simplify not only the compliance side of it, but also allowing staff to kind of be able to be more mobile within the bank and institution by putting all those rules and regulations into predefined process automations. So when they use the product, it's really simple for them to get the work done.
Wow, interesting. Can you tell me about where FINBOA was prior to taking part in the Accelerator program, and what growth did you see after your 12 weeks with us?
Sure. So I guess prior to RevTech Labs, FINBOA really, we weren't really sure which direction we wanted to go in. We knew we had a product, we had revenue, we had customers, and all those things. So coming into RevTech Labs, we were like, well, we would like to be able to do this, we want to be able to do that. And, so we had all these aspirations to be kind of go in different directions. So coming into RevTech Labs, it was kind of a mishmash, and it's like, okay, where do we want to go? So after RevTech Labs, I think we got really focused in the direction we wanted to go in, how we wanted to kind of grow, continue growing into taking our current solutions and expanding them to so the banks can use our solution in other areas beyond what we were just already doing. So I think RevTech Labs really helped us kind of get focused, have a clarity in the direction that we want to kind of grow the business in.
Wow, that's great. So I feel like you touched on it a little bit, but was there a specific challenge that you were facing and that RevTech Labs maybe was able to really help you work through that?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few different challenges that they kind of helped us with. It was, the program is really neat because it gets you focused on kind of some fundamental things. And then you kind of really evaluate everything you do around these fundamentals. So, if the big thing was, if you look out maybe 3 months, where do you want to be? What are the objectives that you want to have achieved? And then from there, we kind of work backwards to kind of say, okay, to achieve those goals, we have to have these things happen. Otherwise, we're not going to hit those goals. So I think that they really kind of helped us get more focused in terms of organizing how we want to approach growing the business and in a more structured manner.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Great. So I know that you're currently no longer in the program. You were in our spring cohort. But how do you continue to engage with RevTech Labs to keep the momentum going?
Yeah, so we've got a few of the people that were on the board that we continue to interact with over time. In fact, one of our advisory board members is came on as a part-time advisor to the company on a paid basis. So, wow. And he really helped us understand the banking industry to a lot deeper level than we had before. He's made some introductions for us that create some nice opportunities in the future for us. So, I think those are some things, the ways that we really kind of had meaningful impact, I guess, within our company.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. So what are you currently working on? Are there any big things in the works?
So currently we're working on kind of expanding our solution base within FINBOA. So when we joined RevTech Labs, we had one solution that we were marketing and selling to banks, and we're pretty well known for in the banking area. Now what we're working on is kind of not only creating more solutions, but creating them in a way that we can launch them into institutions very quickly and easily. One of our key strengths was being able to deliver a solution very fast to an institution. Typically, it takes about 5 to 6 months to get a solution onboarded within an institution. We were able to do it in a few weeks. So we want to be able to kind of do the same thing with other solutions. So we're working on this kind of like a solution marketplace or solution library that we can take and build solutions in. So if a bank comes to us and says, well, we need a solution to automate our subpoena process within the institution, then we'll have a solution already pre-made, so we can just click a button, import that entire solution into their setup, and they can start using it right here, right now. It'll also allow us to kind of start going down the path of talking to subject matter experts in the industry, to invite them to maybe build solutions on our platform that then they can turn around and sell to their client base or to a broader audience that we already have, that they, our customer base that they may not currently be working with. So those are some things that we're working on right now.
Wow, that sounds great. So I know that you've also recently been accepted to present at the Venture 135 conference in November. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're hoping to get out of that conference?
Yeah, absolutely. We're in the middle of a fundraise right now. So we're trying to raise $1.2 million for FINBOA as a seed round. So we're really hoping to network and meet VCs that specifically focus in the bank, credit unions, and the financial institution space, SaaS models, so B2B, actually it's more B2B to C kind of models, that we can really network and meet the right kind of VC to help us continue to grow. Nice thing about FINBOA is we've been able to kind of grow organically with the revenues we've already generated. So we really hope to kind of find the right partner that can that sees what we're doing and can really help us accelerate our growth, and maybe even take us into some opportunities that we'd like to be in, but it's kind of tough to get into.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm very excited to kind of see FINBOA continue growing, and I'm excited to see what comes out of the conference for you. But I do want to thank you, Raj, for joining me today, taking the time to kind of share your story and your experience and what you're working on with our audience.
Thanks, Ad. Thanks, it was great.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And then join us next week as we'll sit down with another founder. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy, everyone.